All right, guys, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a watch table to view the status of the tags in the PLC program. So it makes a note there at the top of the page that we are able to, with this one, with the watch table, you're able to modify values of memory bits, but not values of physical input bits. So this will be one of those things where we're trying to do something and it's probably not going to work. So we'll have to make some modifications. So first thing it says is to open up the project tree. So if this isn't open, do a single click here and expand that. Then we're going down and we're going to find the watch and force tables. So again, if this isn't open, you do a single click and open this guy up. And then we're going to double click on add a new watch table. And this image should come up right here. Okay, next thing it says is to double click on this drop down menu right here. So single click does nothing, double click brings up our tags here. So we're going to do the stop, and the next guy we'll do is the start, and the next guy we'll do is the output. Okay, so those guys are now coming in. Now we're going to float this and get it beside our program. So we're coming up here to float. Okay, this is way too big, so we're going to come in the corner here and make this smaller and drag this bad boy over here so we can see it and our program together there. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is go through all the necessary steps to simulate with PLC SIM. If you're not using PLC SIM, if you're using your physical PLC, then download to your physical PLC, and then you'll be able to monitor the bits as they change. Okay, we're going to be making use of the PLC SIM for now. So if you've used Allen Bradley, then Allen Bradley allows you to be able to view your individual input and output bits in like an input or output table. So there's just a couple extra steps here for the Siemens in order to watch the bits that correspond to these guys in our program. So we need to do the steps in order to simulate with PLC SIM. If you forget how to do that, go back to video number 14, or if you have the textbook, go back to section 14. Okay, so for this guy, we are clicking on here. We're then going to start the simulation. Okay, we're going to start a search. We're going to load in. Hit load again. And we're going to, come on, start the PLC up and hit finish. Looks good. Everything looks pretty cool. We'll hit this to start it up and we're good to go. Beautiful. Okay. Step 8 says click on the icon for monitor all values once and now. So that's this guy right here. So see the glasses with the 1. We're going to click on that guy. So that brings up our monitor values now. Okay, next thing we're going to do is click this guy and monitor all. Okay, so they're now coming in as false, and we can see here that they are in fact false. Okay, and then it says step 10, type in true for the stop push button in the modify value. Okay, so let's do that here. Now it said that this is most likely not going to work, right? So we're going to try and modify the value to a true, hit enter. Okay, we've got an exclamation mark here, a caution sign. Okay, it says now click the icon with the lightning bolt with the subscript 1, modify all selected values once and now. So that's this guy right here. Okay, and hopefully this modifies it, but I don't think this is going to work. So I click on this, and we're going to see if that changes this guy right here. Okay, so we're clicking this right here, and it looks like it tried to do it, but we've got this caution symbol coming up here, and nothing changed on the stop push button there. Okay, so obviously that didn't work. So it says end the current PLC simulation. Okay, so we're going to click here and stop our simulation. Yes. Okay, step 13, change the tags within the OB1 and the watch table memory bits. So we're going to change these guys back to memory bits, right? So we're going to change this to %M0.0. Okay, this guy is going to be changed to %M0.1. Okay, and then we rename these guys. In the textbook here, we said this was memory bit. Come on. And we renamed this guy as memory bit 1. Beautiful. So we should be able to now modify those guys and we've got to change them on our watch table here now, right? So we can't use this in order to change physical inputs. So %I 0.0 is a physical input. We were not able to change that, but we should be able to change memory bits now. Okay, so now we've changed our OB1 and we've changed this guy as well. Okay, and then we need to delete any modify value by simply clicking on the box and hitting delete. So we're going to hit this and hit delete. Looks good. So now repeat steps 1 through 8. Okay, so give me 2 seconds. Let me get the PLC SIM up and running, and let's see if we can modify those values now. Excellent. Okay, we're up and running now with our PLC SIM. So first step was here to click on this guy right here. Okay, that brings in the monitor values. Okay, then it was this guy here, monitor all. Okay, they're all false at the moment. So now let's see if we can modify the stop to being true. And we'll click anywhere. Okay, still some, I don't know how to bring this up, but it says address selected but is not being modified on the CPU. The address will only be modified when you select the online modify with trigger, or online modify now. Okay, so let's go over here, modify all selected values once and now. Oh, nice, right on. Hey, that's cool, eh? So now it goes true. This is now true. We got green lights right here. The bit address has the value of 1. And now we've seen that this now changed there. Cool. So this is a way that we can view the status of our bits, right? This is a watch table now for each of our individual bits. Okay, so we now have the stop true. Let's make the start true now. Okay, so we're just typing in true here, clicking anywhere on the page, and that now makes it true. No, it does not make it true because I need to then modify those values. Okay, so now the start is now true. So now my output is on, and you can see that that just went true here as well. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this false. Right, that would be simulating that I no longer am pressing that start push button. Okay, I'm going to modify everything based on these values. Excellent. Okay, so the output is still on there. Nice. And then we need to make the stop false here in order to bring us back to the rest state there. Okay, hasn't changed yet until I press this push button. Nice. Very cool. So we're able to step through the same steps that we had before, but now view the status of those bits. So we're using the modify value, and we're using this guy right here, modify all values, once and now in order to change the logic on our PLC program. Beauty. So another tool that we can make use of here, making use of the watch table. Right on. All right, guys, we'll stop her there. I'll see you on the next video.